What is up, guys? Arman Tsarukyan versus Dillon Danis in submission grappling will be going down, or is it? I'm not too sure if it is going down, but it is said to be going down April 8th. Hype Brazil, Hype FC. Hype has been putting on great cards, having Arman on them a lot too. We just came off of RAF '07, where Arman Tsarukyan fought Giorgio Pulis for the second time, where Dillon Danis wrestled Colby Covington for the first time. Now, this match is very intriguing to me because this is submission grappling. That is what Dillon Danis is bred in. Dillon Danis is. He's 10 years ago, this guy was winning world championships in no gi, you know? He was coming, I think, second in world championship in no gi. Gordon Ryan, your GOAT of no gi. Dillon Danis took him to a draw, you know? So Dillon Danis is very good. And I keep seeing all these brain dead comments of these so-called Arman fans who clearly do not know anything about the sport, saying, oh, but Arman just beat Giorgio Pulis and Dillon Danis just lost to Colby Covington in a different sport. Dillon Danis is not a wrestler. He doesn't really have high elite level wrestling, but he was still able to get 4 points on Colby Covington, which is very impressive. And submission grappling isn't Arman Tsarukyan's sport. So this is Arman Tsarukyan going into Dillon Danis' game, and I'm very intrigued how this is going to go because, first of all, the size discrepancy. If they were the same size, I would go with Arman Tsarukyan if they were the same size. But Dillon Danis is decently bigger. I think he walks around 190 to 200 pounds. Arman Tsarukyan he walks around 170 pounds, around there. But Dillon Danis is definitely the bigger guy, more experience in submission grappling. Now, the wrestling is going to come into play here because Arman Tsarukyan definitely has better wrestling. You know, Dillon Danis' wrestling in the Colby Covington match, it was decent, right? But it wasn't anything special. Obviously, Arman Tsarukyan, more explosive, better wrestling. But I don't believe that's going to matter much because we saw Arman Tsarukyan grapple Sharabullet Magomedov. And that guy's similar size to Dillon Danis. And I would say Dillon Danis definitely has better grappling than Sharabullet. And Arman Tsarukyan could not submit him in those, I believe, 6 or 8 minutes or 10 minutes. I don't know what their grappling match was. I assume this one's going to be around 6 minutes. And I'm really not too sure. This is dangerous for Arman Tsarukyan, man. He has been on a generational run, something we really haven't seen before. You know, him sitting out waiting for this title, and he's been going off. Wrestling at RAF again, having controversial match. Doing this at RAF again. Wrestling 3 times at RAF. Just fought Muhammad Makayev in submission grappling. Fought Sharabullet before that. I think he did a submission grappling match before that. Arman Tsarukyan's going off. And this could really derail his hype train because he's in real danger here of Dillon Danis submitting him. Because what I saw from the Sharabullet match, first of all, we saw Arman obviously the better grappler, but Sharabullet, the size, man, it makes a difference. And we saw Sharabullet get to Arman's back. Arman failed a takedown. Shara got to his back. And if Dillon Danis is getting to your back, good luck, because that's going to be a hard position, man. I don't believe Arman Tsarukyan wins this in any way, but I don't believe Dillon Danis is 100% going to win it. I think most likely it's going to end up being a draw, as in no one could submit each other because, yeah, submission only. This is not going to be for points. So we're going to see kind of a stalemate. But if I were to pick someone to win, I would pick Dillon Danis, man. I could definitely see him. If he gets Arman's back, that's going to be a very tough position for Arman. Now, I don't believe Arman gets submitted by Dillon Danis that easily. That's why I'm going to go with no one's going to do anything here. It's going to be pretty stale. I believe it's going to be against the ropes a lot, or cage, whatever they're using. I believe Hype uses they use the ropes as circular ropes because they have bare knuckle matches. But besides the point, it's going to be against the wall, cage, ropes, whatever you want to call it. A lot stale there. I think it's going to be Arman Tsarukyan pressuring mostly, and Dillon Danis straight up welcoming it because Dillon Danis is fine on his back, man. He's fine. and it's going to be hard to pass his guard, especially Arman being the smaller guy. I still think it's going to be a draw, though. I don't think much is going to happen in this, but this is very dangerous for Arman Tsarukyan. I believe Arman Tsarukyan would most likely lose if I were to pick a winner. Guys, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment whatever you want. Peace out.